Hey there, welcome to Rise Up Namibia. My name is Metyanata, aka the Resistor of Bad and the Love of Good, #dark and lovely _ walk by faith and not by sight. So, in this tutorial, we're going to be looking at binary multiplication. So we have the examples on the screen. If you want to try them before we check them out, feel free to pause the video and do them on a piece of paper or so before we check them out, okay? So without further ado, let's dive into the lesson. So get your pens and your notebooks ready. Okay. So on screen, we have these two binary numbers being multiplied. So how do we multiply these two numbers? So first of all, let's write them underneath each other, okay? Now when we are multiplying binary numbers, we start with the first number, which is below here, okay, which is a 1. Now we multiply that number into the whole binary number on top, okay? So you ask yourself, what is 1 multiplied by 1? That will be just 1. What is 1 multiplied by another 1? It will also just be a 1. And then 1 multiplied by 0 will be 0. And then 1 multiplied by 1 will give you a 1, isn't it? Now that you are done multiplying this one into the whole binary number, we move on to the next digit here, which is what? Which is 0. Now before you multiply 0 into this whole binary number, first you need to put a 0 here, okay? Now once you put a 0 there, you multiply this 0 into the whole binary number on top. So anything multiplied by 0 will always give you 0. So how many zeros will we have here? 0 multiplied by 1 is 0, 0, 0, 0. We'll have 4 zeros because this binary number on top here is 4 digits, okay? So these 4 digits multiplied by 0 will give us 4 zeros, okay? Now that we have multiplied this 0 into this binary number, let's move on to the next digit, which is this one. Now again, before we multiply this one into the whole binary number on top, we need to add 2 zeros below here, okay? So remember the first time we moved from the first digit, we added just 1 0, but here we add 2 zeros, okay? And then we multiply. What is 1 multiplied by 1, 1, 0, 1? It will give us 1, 1, 0, 1. So we write the 1, 1, 0, 1 over here, okay? Now that we have done that, let's check, where do you see a binary number with 1s and 0s? We see it here, so we label it 1, and then we also see it here, we label it 2. So wherever we just see zeros, we ignore it, okay? So what do we do from here? The 1 and the 2 that we labeled, we add them. Now remember from binary addition, we used these rules, okay? So we are going to use these rules again. Now if you didn't check the binary addition tutorial, the link will be down in the description, okay? So now you ask yourself, what is 1 plus 0? 1 plus 0 is 1, so you put the 1, then again 1 plus 0 is 1, 0 plus 1, 0 plus 1 is 1, so we put 1. What is 1 plus 1? 1 plus 1 is 0 with a carry of 1, so we put 0 and a carry of 1. And then what is 1 plus 0? That will be 1. And then this 1 just comes down. And that is our final answer for question A. Okay? Let's take a look at B. Now B has a fractional part, okay? So how do you multiply these numbers with a fractional part? It's actually very easy. First of all, ignore the point, okay? Because here we have 1001.11 and the 100.1. So I would like you to ignore that point for now and just write them down like what we did with the previous example, which is writing them down underneath each other, okay? Without the points. Now once you write them like this, use the technique that we used in the previous example. So we start with the first digit here, which is the 1. We multiply that 1 into the full digit on top, into the full binary number on top. Okay, so what is 1 multiplied by 111001? It will be the same, so we will get 111001. Now before we move on, when we come to multiplying 0 into this whole binary number, we always need to add a what here? A 0. Okay, now that we have added a 0, we multiply this 0 multiplied by 1 will give us just zeros. But how many zeros will we get? We get 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. So we write down the 6 zeros. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Okay, then we move on to the next digit, which is this one. Now before you multiply this digit into the whole binary number on top again, don't forget to add 2 zeros here, and then you multiply. Now remember, anything multiplied by 0 will always be 0, but how many zeros are we going to get? It's going to be 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. So let's add them. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Okay, then we move on to the next digit, which is this one. Then multiply that one into everything on top. But before you do that, we need to add how many zeros below here? 3. Okay, so we add 1, 2, 3. Now that we have added those 3 zeros, we multiply the 1 into everything on top, which will give us 111001. Okay, so let's write that down. 111001. Okay, then from there we check the number or the binary numbers that are having ones and zeros, and we label them. For example, this, we label it 1, and then we label this one 2. So these ones with the zeros, we ignore them. Okay, so now we add 1 plus 1, 1 plus 2. Okay, let's write them down underneath each other. So this is the 1, and then this is the 2. Then we use the binary addition rule. So what is 1 plus 0? 1 plus 0 is 1, so we write that 1 down. 1 plus 0 is also 1. 1 plus 0 is 1. 0 plus 1, 0 plus 1 is 1. 0 plus 1 is 1. 1 plus 1 is 0 with a carry of 1, which is here. 1 plus 1, 0 with a carry of 1. And then we have this 0 will just come down. And then the 1 will also just come down. Now basically, this is our final answer, but remember in the beginning here, we had a fractional part. Okay, now how do we deal with that fractional part? I want you to check in your example at the beginning. After each comma, how many digits did we have in the two binary numbers? So the first binary number, which is this 1001.11, after the dot or the point, we had 2 digits. And then in the one being it's multiplied 2, we have only 1 digit. So now you add those digits. How many are those digits? We have 1, 2, 3. So given that these are 3 digits, we count coming from the right hand side. 3. We count 3 times, so it's 1, 2, 3. And then we put the dot there. Okay, so that is our final answer. So the fractional part, really, you just ignore it, and then you do your normal multiplication. And then once you are done with your normal multiplication, when you get your answer, you just check after the comma, how many digits did you have? In our example here, we had 1, 2, 3. So hence, from the right hand side, we counted how many places? Like 1, 2, 3. And we put our point there. And that's our final answer. Easy, isn't it? So thank you very much for watching this video. Please do like, subscribe, turn on the notification button to be the first to see the next upload. Share with friends, family, and classmates. And remember, together we rise to our heights, apart we all stay behind. Cheers.